Hey, what's up YouTube? Today we're doing a lick down test on this little bad boy. Alright, tools we need for a lick down test. We need to remove the spark plug. So, in any car you need to remove the spark plug. Most of the cars is 5/8. That's the one. And then this is the tool for the lick down test. How this works: you put air from your compressor here, and you hook this one up where, like if you're gonna check regular compression, remove the little valve from this hose, plug it in the spark plug hole, and put air to it, and you're gonna open the gauge. This one is gonna give, let's say, 40 pounds, and this one should stay 40 pounds. If it's less, we have a problem there. Let me go ahead and get that. Alright, so first step, remove the spark plug. Remove the cable, the spark plug is off. This one was in a 5/8, it was a 13/16. Spark plug is off. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna hook this, we're gonna put this one in here. We're gonna hook this bad boy in. Now check, this is a regular hose everybody uses to check compression. Notice how the valve is off. You have to remove the little valve. There's a valve in here and this hole in here. The side you plug it into the head. So let me go ahead and install this hose, and I'll show you the next step. Let me try. Well, I need two hands. Let me put the camera down. Okay, the hose is in. As you guys can see right there. Now you don't have to tie it with any tools or anything. You just go by hand. Just twist it until they won't go anymore. There. So that's all you need. Now we're gonna hook this bad boy in. We're gonna put him on this side, and then we're gonna hook the air in here. The compressor air here, and the hose from the engine right here. Another thing, we're gonna have to spin the engine until both of the valves are closed. That's easy. You're gonna hook that in, put the air in. If you lose pressure, you're gonna spin till it loses it, until it closes. Let me go ahead and get that done. Plug this one bad boy in. There you go. So now let me go get the air. I'm gonna hook him in there. Alright, so now we have the compressor air in, as you guys can see in there. So it has two options. This one is Mac Tools. You can get any brand, even a non-brand, or you guys can make your own. All you need is let me show you how it looks. That's all it is. You guys can copy that, can follow it. That's all it is. Okay, now we're gonna unlock this one, pull it up, and we're gonna twist to the right. And we're gonna start getting some air in. You see how we're getting air in? Let's give it at least 60. It's going 70. And you see how this one is all the way down? This one's supposed to be here, so we're leaking air. So, another tip to see where it's leaking from, you're gonna have to listen on the exhaust. If it's coming from the exhaust, that's your exhaust valve. If it's coming from the intake or the carburetor, that means your intake valve is off. If it's coming from here, from the dipstick where you put oil, valve covers, it's gonna be your piston rings. But for now, we're checking the valves. So it's not blow by going to piston ring. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm sure one of the lifters, one of the cam is pushing the valve open. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spin the crankshaft till it closes, and I'm gonna see the real leakage. So I'm gonna lower it. I'm gonna leave it like 40 pounds, and I'm gonna spin the engine until it closes, because I know one of the valves is open because of the cam. So let me go ahead and do it. Got it. Alright, I found a way to make sure the valves are closed. What we're gonna do, leave the hose there, put the finger here, and make sure we have the compression. Suave, más suave. Dale otro, pero más suave. Menos. Otro. Otro. So what I'm trying to do, ahí está. Want to make sure right there the piston is off, is up. Knowing the piston is up, we already know the valve should be closed right there. Okay, now the easiest way to make sure the valves are closed, you're gonna leave the hose in. Put your finger here. Get someone to crank it. It's low, little tiny cranks until the cylinder pushes air through here. That's a compression stroke. So now we know the cylinder is up, the piston is up, valves are closed, and then we're gonna start opening the valve. The left side is the one is putting air. The right one is the one that's passing it through the cylinder. We're gonna give it 70. Try to give her 80. That's 71, 73. Try to give her 90. Let's see if the air pressure is gonna push the cylinder down, the piston. So right there is 90 psi. We're 81, 82. So now if you buy the special tool, like a name brand, let me show you. So remember those numbers, 90 and 80. Let me go show you numbers. Let me release the air, or at least leave it low, around there. So remember 90, we're giving 90 psi, and then we're reading 80 on the right side. So these are the instructions. If anyone is take a screenshot, save it. So read it in here. Okay, I'm sure you guys paused the video now. So we're gonna go back here. Let's see the test results. By listening or looking up for the following, the cause of low pressure can be determined. Air escaping from crankcase breather, air escaping from exhaust system, air escaping from the carburetor, air bubbles in radiator, defective rings or worn cylinder walls, defective exhaust valve, defective intake valve, leaking head gasket or cracking the block or head. So those are the results. So if you listen to it and then you have air escaping through a crankcase, it's gonna be defecting rings or worn cylinder walls. If you hear air escaping for the exhaust, it's gonna be defective exhaust valve. If there's air escaping from the carburetor, it's gonna be the intake valve. If you see air bubbles into the radiator, it's gonna be leaking head gasket or cracking to the head block. Okay, now this is the results, the numbers right here. So we give it 90 psi, and then we're reading 80. You guys can see the 80 in here. 80. That's 11% of leakage. Oh, but no, it was 80, like 81, 82. Let's leave it at 81. So it's 90 psi. On our left side was reading like 81. So the result is 10%. The percent of leakage is right here. This is the 1% of leakage. It's 10. So we give it 90 psi. We end up with 81. Our result is 10% of leakage. So now, anything between, like, you check any other one, anything between 5 psi, it should be the tolerance. A difference between 10 and 15 psi indicates the need for, you have to investigate a little bit more further. So that's the table. So what we're gonna do right now, 10% is not that much, but it's not like a really nice number. So I'm gonna have to stop the video here. I'll let you know on the description or the comments below, see if I find anything abnormal. But the 10 psi, the car starts good, everything. The main issue where we're doing a leak down test on this engine is the little jib with the V8. It's because the last cylinder on the passenger side, which is the last one in here, the very last one, close to the firewall, If I unplug the spark plug cable, that cylinder makes no difference, so that cylinder is not working. So let me go ahead and check that out. I just wanted to make a short video on how to use this bad boy. I may put a link in the description where you guys can buy it, a generic one or a name brand one. So, or you guys can even make it. Is try to see how it looks in there. That's how it looks. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Okay, we're back on the Jeep. Quick tip on the leak down test. Any car, make sure if you're leaking from the exhaust or the intake, is to get a plastic bag or a glove, put them on the tailpipe, tape it so no air can leak through there. If it gets, if it inflates or whatever, it's air going through. Same in the intake. Any intake, you're gonna get a plastic bag, anything, closet. This is cardboard, but regular intakes, put them there. And then the crankcase, dipstick where you put oil or anything, same way. In my case, it's gonna be this one here. Same way, a glove, a plastic bag, and wait, if it goes like a balloon, you already know where it's leaking from. It's a quick tip. Alright, so we tried the tailpipe, nothing. We're gonna try the crankcase. Make sure the cylinder walls and the piston rings. Now watch what happens. Déjalo más abajo para que se infle machín. Ahí está. You see the 5 right there, so you can give him a high five. Bam. So in this case, piston rings or the wall on the block. Those are leakage. See, it's like a balloon. Easiest way to find out. That's another tip. So we'll find the problem: piston rings or the wall on the cylinder block. Thanks for watching.